Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Not live on TikTok because we've had a hunch that some of the recent issues with the stream might be related to multi-streaming, but I've also been told that the crashes we've been experiencing are Twitch-wide, so the stream just might crash again. We'll see, we'll find out. Forgil, thank you for the bananas. Blooming, thank you as well. Lets me know that we're live. So, fingers crossed today, no crashes, we're hoping. Winnie T. Ford, welcome to the chat. And if we crash, then it's probably not related to the multi-stream service, but we'll see how it goes. And here we are in the game. I was going to say, like, I can't remember where I logged out. Oh, yeah, this old guy. Hi. Yo, Felinity HT. Beautiful job on the skin. I love the pink tint. It feels ever so cloudy and fluffy and lovely. I feel light as a feather. Yo, Burt Potato, my man. 54 months. That's 6 whole babies. Someone's doing the math. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Peeps, I think we got to dig a hole. I think... Oh, do you know what might be bad about that? Redstone? Is there redstone down? Wait. There's already a hole down here? Say what? Like... How? Oh yeah, we filled it in, that's how. Oh, I might just use the space directly below to grow them then. Okay, interesting. Interesting, let me put my legs on. If I put that on, you won't be able to find me on the hotbar. Yo, should we sneak up on Cub? I'm gonna let people tune in. We'll sneak up on Cub, because I reckon he's in this area working on something, right? So, okay, you got that to look forward to. A Cub sneak up. It's got a name. That's the joke. It's got a name now. Might need a few axes down there. Probably gonna need a few little torches. Probably gonna find my voice keeps getting slightly higher. Yeah, sometimes you do that. You just raise your voice. Yo, Burt Potato. No, wait, that's the one I read a second. Why did it look like it came... Okay, it looked like it came up afresh on my other screen. It was just Bert again. Oh, it was just Bert again. I'm so disappointed. Oh, Bert. I'm so sorry. No, torches. Right, I got them. All right, so we've actually got space kind of like directly below. This place could be dangerous now. Oh my God, there are bad things down here. Ah! There are very bad things! And noodles! Must protect the noodles! Oh my God, it's literally a mob farm. Oh, get back! Yo, this guy, what the heck? He's dodging everything. Oh my God, it goes straight through him. Yo, what the? I can't hit it. I can't hit it. What's going on? I literally can't hit it. Could have died. I could have died. Oh my God. This is a frantic start to the live stream. Yo! Oh! Why is this guy invincible? Ah, take that, invincible guy! I killed you. You and your invincibility. Oh my God, is there regen here? God bless this beacon that I think B-Dubs has put down. Thank goodness. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Okay. Who on earth didn't light this place up? I want a word with them. Because now we create bad times. Very bad times. Okay, I think the bad times are over. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Thank goodness. Right. I've got a hot cup of tea here. We've been streaming for 4 minutes. It'll be ready to start sipping on soon. Double shout out. I'm so lucky, says Bert. You got the double shout out. Survival horror game. Feels like it. Feels like it. Baydown Daniel, welcome to the stream. Bad times are the best. Oh, I love those bad times, you know. We love to suffer around here. Is X a happy ghast? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm a happy chappy as well. Bert, you've been demoted to just Bert. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Anyone else dying because it's too hot? I'm a little bit sweaty, but it's much cooler here in the UK today. Didn't have to put the AC on. I did yesterday, and then I didn't get to stream because the Copper Golem. Which reminds me, I was going to do a little check just to see if there was anything from Minecraft, but according to Discord, I got no notifications, so I thought maybe they put out a Java snapshot today, sod's law, you know, go to stream and it's like, oh no, we're doing something else now. Because my streaming plans, they always change. I was going to stream yesterday, not today. I'm streaming again Friday. That'll probably change. Right, you know how it works. Right, so this space down here is actually pretty good, I think. What's the other side of this wall? Like Tango's redstone or someone's redstone. It's kind of good that we got... Is my sound kind of low? It's same as it ever is. How deep this area here needs to be, I'm not too sure, but this is probably just fine, this kind of level here. Right, let's go ahead and fill over this level, and there's no reason we'd need to light it below, is there? That won't cause any issues, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll go with having it at this level. I mean, I should probably double check with my contraption first. Double checking can be done. Also, name for this little mug right here, Xisuma. Sound good, Xisuma? Was in the UK week before last. Came on the hottest day of the year. Felt like I was back in Florida. Says Retinus. Yeah, said that perfectly, didn't I? Week before last, I feel like this week has been way hotter than last week, but it all becomes a bit of a blur eventually, doesn't it? It all becomes a bit of a blur. Gassed Grandma! Oh, don't you? You see, it made me rage quit. Gassed Grandma. This thing, minimum height, we need like 1 block clearance there, so literally 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Maybe some storage above, 5 blocks. 1 extra for being on the safe side, we'll call it 6. One Uthian is here for 6 months. Oh my god, it's a sign, people. Literally here for 6 months. Do I even need to count this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've gone for 1 extra. Maybe 2 extra. We'll dig it down to this level here that I'm standing on right now. That'll be our level of acceptable distance for this project. Excellent. All right, we know exactly what we're doing. Nothing will go wrong now, will it, people? Nothing will go wrong. And it's level with the original path, which I felt the need to tell you. It's almost 30 in your room and even hotter outside. Dang. It's getting warm. The planet's getting warmer, people. I wonder why. I wonder what's happening. Why is it getting warmer every year? Not sure. Love the music, says a meme addict. Oh, it's my favourite music. I need to turn it up for myself a little bit. One day I'm going to play this game again. I love it so much. Yo, Dimu got a new guitarist? Oh my god, this is the only time I'll stop streaming and go do something else. Because it's related to Dimu. See you later, peeps. I'm off to do some Wikipedia research. No, literally, I have to look this up immediately. Let's see, let's see. I mean, has it even caught up? Upcoming 10th studio album. What's the latest bit? Oh, released later in 2025. Right, and what about members? Damage, lead guitar 2025 to present. No article. What a name, Damage. Jeez. All right, sounds like we're getting an album later this year. Thank goodness, it's been too long. I'm honestly not that excited. As much as I adore that band, I do not feel like they have really been on point for a long time. Like, Abrahadabra was kind of like a step down, I think. But it's still great music, just not quite the Dimmu I remember. So anyway, I'll always be excited to check them out. It's just, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, thanks for telling me, by the way. Thanks for telling me. Do you have any opinions on damage? I mean, with a name like that. Sounds frightening. Sorry to ask again, but what mod do you have for the people's heads on the locator bar? It's called Facebar, and I don't know if it's public yet, but Facebar is its name. You thank Mr. Ren Diggity Dog for that fantastic name. E-Balls, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I'm starting to feel a little bit sweaty. Might have to get the sweat rag today. Uh-oh. Not the sweat rag. Yo, that's something you need to take to a festival with you. Right, like, I avoid taking a bag to a festival, but if you're not going in the pit, I'd be more inclined to take one. And, whew, the other day, like, I wanted to put on an extra layer of sun cream, but I was like, there's already this layer of, like, liquid on me, this sweat, just this horrible, grimy layer on my body. And then I thought, like, but if I have a sweat rag with me, like, that would be perfect. Just wipe it all off, and then you can put on an extra layer, and in 10 minutes, it'll all be back again. Your sister wrapped you into Hermitcraft and its streamers, and this was the first stream I saw. Oh, welcome. Wait, how did you get wrapped into the streamers? This is the first one. I detect something fishy here. Oh my god, that's such a good cup of tea. I think it's because I've been having less tea lately with the hot weather, so now when I have one, even though it's hot, it's like, blimey, that's good. Have I ever been to Copenhagen? No. What a fascinating discussion that was. Fascinating. Next topic. Like, my work is pretty much done already. Like, there's already a basement here, and the contraption I want to build isn't particularly big. This is kind of enough space, because it goes back in this way too, so we can really, yeah, take advantage of all this. I think I'll just tidy it up here at the corner, because otherwise someone will moan, it's not a perfect square. You know, oh gosh. What's wrong with it being slightly odd? Copper Golem looks like the Iron Giant, but made of copper and smaller. It looks a lot like the original one was going to look like. It also looks a bit like the model one that we made, which was, you know, based on some of the concept art of the original. Because remember, we made those Copper Golem rewards this season for the copper shop that I ran. It looks a fair bit like that too, right? So I think the Copper Golem is going to be pretty good and pretty handy, but I kind of worry that it might not be great for like big storage because of the way in which it has to search for chests. It's going to encourage you to put lots of different item types into a single chest, but I've already thought of some solutions for that as well. I think it will potentially have this good mix where, like, it's easy to use in a simple way for players who just want to do simple stuff, and then if you want to get more advanced and do bigger stuff with redstone, it will complement that too. Weren't we going to go hunt a hermit down to talk? Yes, we were, actually. We were going to do that. Now would not be a bad time to go do that, I think. Yo! Crewphoria! Thank you ever so much for 4 months of support. Appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I think I can see Cub literally in the air right now. There he is. Hey, Cub!
Hello, X.
How's it going, dude?
How are you?
Good. Do you like the new look?
It's, you look very happy.
I am very happy. I saw you were over in that direction. You look like you were close by. Are you working on a game?
I'm working on it.
Nice. Is it spoilers?
Gonna be a while. Yeah, it's a little bit of spoilers. So. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I won't go over there then. I was literally about to come and say hello to you.
Oh, all good. All good.
And then you were flying over. Do you need ghasts?
I will eventually.
Hopefully, I'll have this up and running in time then.
Yep.
This is where like the ghasts are gonna sit, and you're gonna be able to take them out.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like a little sitting station for minecarts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I just gotta get.
Will this be the only one, or can you like exchange them at other gas stations, so to speak?
No, this is the one. So there's like 12 spaces here, and they'll fill up with ghaslings that will grow into happy ghasts, and then you just take one out at the front.
Oh, okay, nice.
Like it's a gas station that stores them for people to take them.
Cool.
It's not like a transport hub or something.
Okay, that's kind of what I was asking.
Yeah, we get there. So I'm just gonna build the little things underground today, and then they'll start growing ghasts and stocking them up here. So hopefully I'll get it done in time for you.
Yeah. My project's gonna take a long time, so it's gonna be.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be a big one by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Very big.
Oh wow. Okay, I am excited, Cub.
Mm-hmm.
You have a reputation.
Yeah, it should be fun. I think it'll be a really exciting game that people will play many times throughout the rest of the.
Oh, that's great. I'm excited then.
On the season, so yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
All right, dude. I will catch you later. I gotta go get some resources and stuff. So
nice.
See you soon.
All right, see you, Cub. Dang. Okay. Right. Well, we're not gonna go check out that and spoil anything, but it sounds like Cub's onto a winner. Onto something super interesting. So we gotta. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have left those there. We gotta get ourselves some ladders to get up and down effectively. Then we gotta build a rail that goes down. Well, actually, it comes up, doesn't it? So we'll need these. Wow, I need... Wait, I've got something for sorting junk, right? Perfect. We are using the bundle. Ugh, clicking is difficult all of a sudden. That goes there. Okay, that's not for junk, that's for our project. There should be one for junk around here. Here it is. Okay. So we're going to need a staircase that goes up and down. Going to need some rails. Ladders. Ladders was the thing. I kind of distracted myself a little bit here. Struggling to stay focused. It's because chat is moving on my other screen. And I'm like, I need to answer questions and stuff. Elliot draws 20 months. Dad joke of the month. I got a new pen that can write underwater. It can write other words too. That is a great one. I love it. That's really good. Thank you for 20 months, my dude. Also, Sniper 1974 coming in with 111 months. Absolutely legendary. You did not hear incorrectly. 111 months of support. That is insane. Thank you so much, my dude. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and add like a little access point, maybe just somewhere around here. Right next to the roads, that'll do. This is our access point. So we can get access. Just ignore us, it's fine, says Decana Heaven. Oh, is that how it is? Having a little strop, are we? Jeez. Moody today, I see. Some might say sassy, are we? Oh no, that's me. What was chat talking about? The copper golem could be useful for the multi-item sorter, like the one you had in Season 9. I've got an idea that I'm going to show off. I'm going to make a video tomorrow. Probably publish it tomorrow as well, or maybe Friday, but it's going to go over some stuff you can do with the copper golem, and there's an idea there with the item sorter, but I gotta think it through a little bit more, make sure it works. Because the copper golem has a tiny little detail about it that if you don't notice, you won't realize is very, very powerful and handy. Yo, free piglets and a coat, one of my favorite usernames, coming in for 25 months with the Prime. Thank you for using the old Amazon Prime on me, my dude. Much appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I feel like I was about to go do something and then distracted myself, and I think it was pop onto here to take a screenshot of this, which I'm pretty sure actually like did yesterday, but let's open that. And then I'm probably going to need one of the redstone like here. So I'm going to put those on my other screen for a little bit. And then we're going to try and build that on Hermitcraft. Yo! Marvelous Buffalo, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you for the fantastic username. I hope you're enjoying the stream today. It's a gas station. Yeah, I thought I had previously explained to Cub what I was going to do, but very briefly did we discuss it, that there is this common thing I've noticed that I struggle with, of like, what I know in my head about stuff and then not being sure what other people know. So I kind of assumed Cub knew what this was. But we got there in the end. The name gas station does make it sound like a transport related thing, doesn't it? Like you're going to go from one spot to the other. Okay, so the size of this thing, let's go take our iron blocks back. So I'm going to build this somewhere else now. It's truly a Twitch stream if we don't sass back the streamer. It's a Garston ride. That's a good one. That's a good one. So what I've noticed here is that I was going to rip this space out. And now I'm like, not anymore. Not anymore. Right, the grass will grow bad. No, it still looks bad. That's not the way to hide it. Okay. Probably don't need this directly here either. Do need to know roughly where we are in line with other things. Because I've got to map out the space now, right? So I think what we'll do is we'll probably come down and around to this back corner. Actually, no, sorry. It's coming out, right? We're going up that way. Then from there, we can probably do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then how deep does this thing need to be? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 blocks deep as well, actually. 3, 1, 2, 3. Might need a bit more space this way. That's 3 lots of 2, that's 6. I think I'm going to end up going in that way quite a direction, unless we make it wider here. There is plenty of space in this direction. Yeah, there's plenty. Okay, I'm going to go in this direction and then give myself more space here. Like, just move these about a little bit more. Why I picked a block that's, you know, slow to mine instead of instant, I don't know, but that's what I did. Just decided to use this. You've been going back through all the old Hermitcraft and you can't get enough. Oh, well, there's lots of it, right? If you can't get enough, well, there happens to be loads of it, so you're probably in luck, but that's really cool. I hope you continue to enjoy it. Alright, so I don't really know what configuration or like what way around is going to be the best here. But I don't think it matters that much. I think I might start maybe with the rail layout. I think it makes sense to probably move my boxes down here at some point too. Maybe we should just do that now, because we are mostly operating down in this area at this point. You know, having a good workflow is important in a lot of things. Why not in Minecraft, you know? The skin switcher mod is broken, but it's still really funny watching X open the inventory and just seeing a pair of floating pants. Oh, is it that mod that causes it? Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going down here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and then these are all project chests. Well, we'll go ahead and put those there. And I think I decided to like build this thing out of iron at some point, so we'll probably take a trip to Hypno to get more iron. And now I kind of need more of those redstone components, I think. Some more rail. Probably going to need a lot more blocks. We use dispensers. In fact, we're going to build 12 of these, so that means I need 24 of these. Yeah, I can put the exact amount in here. 12 of them. Other elements might not be so easy to figure out. 12 repeaters. Okay, double comparators, 24. Can I put these extra repeaters away? I can. Gonna need water sources, so we're gonna need to create an infinite water source down here. And then borrow a bucket, which I already have from somewhere. I got the bucket. This is a ghast adoption server, more like a rent-a-ghast. So I'm giving them away. I do see how the gas station might not actually be the perfect name, but since Tango gave it to us, I'd really like to use it. Sad Noble Storm, welcome to the stream. Enjoy the lurk. Enjoy the lurk. Okay, so we've got the water sorted. Then we need those fence gates, which we have one of. Why do I feel like I definitely made more of those? Okay, I'm going to take these pre-existing sticks and get ourselves this thing crafted up. Yeah, I really like this bundle when you can just look at it and drag something out of it. That's cool. 9, is that all I get? 9! No more for you. Okay. There's your 12. It feels like a lot of it, but it's not. Gonna need redstone. And then probably more iron. I have a lot of iron somewhere in here, so we'll start pinching more of that. Alright, let's see if we can get to work. Let's see if we can make something happen. Tango was so happy with the potion brewer the other night. Yes, he was, yeah. Did you watch more of that stream after I left? Did he use any more of it? Like, did anything interesting happen? So I want to use some stone down here just to kind of like mark... Wait. Wasn't that... Oh. Just did the numbers wrong in my head. Okay, let's start with getting that rail down, I think. He filled me up with blaze powder. Awesome. That's terrific. Thank you, Tango. Oh, and apparently some other resources. Very kind, very kind. Use more of the potion brew. Excellent. That's really good. So happy someone else is using it. Also, I'm kind of happy someone who knows redstone is using it. Just one of my fears is, you know, someone spams buttons and things are just, you know, done. They're just done all of a sudden. That's it. Broken. Oh, yeah. It's kind of tricky to place blocks downwards. If only we had something for that, right? Okay, that's good. Almost perfect. This has all got to be... do you know what? I think I'm going to use levers. I'm going to put all the rails on the iron blocks, but we'll use levers to power that for the time being. So this stuff's up next. X, did I get a new skin? Garstuma. It's not Garstuma, it's Garstuma. Yeah, that was a lot of work on your part. Good to see it being used. It was a big project, but you know, I do these projects because they're like really fun challenges. So there's that element of it. But then if it ends up with another hermit using it, that's even better. You know what my brain's telling me right now? It all has to be changed, just by one block. You know, because I hate myself and I want to waste time. Apparently, so silly. Doesn't make any sense. So what if it's doesn't go directly down diagonal? What is wrong with me? Oh, good God. This is, you know, I've managed to embrace more imperfection with time, but I'm still learning the ways. I'm still learning the ways. Teach me. Teach me, master. I must care less about things that do not matter. I mean, I could move it even further in, actually. I'm going to rebuild it, like... could start going downwards here. Oh, what did I just say? I had an opportunity to grow as a person, to become enlightened, to realize the ways of not caring about imperfections, and then I just go and I'm like, nah, let's make it even more. Let's lean into it. Oh, God. I'm a perfectionist. I don't want to be a perfectionist. There's nothing worth perfecting about this. It would have done the job. But for some reason, I'm like, nope. My brain's like, you gotta change that, sucker. Stupid brain. Oh, things have got to be neat and pretty, have they? Ugh. Makes me sick. Alright. Do that. That'll do, all the way down to there, right? Collect all the items, and then... I guess we'll do this. Let's go one block out further. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. Does it really matter? Okay. So, now I need a different image on the screen. Because we're going to leave a space, and we're going to have one, and then here would be where it connects. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then another 1, 2, 3, then a space, and 1, 2. It's right there. Yeah, I feel like I had a shovel on me. Why aren't we using it? So yeah, that's where 2 of those are going to connect up. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Space. 1, 2, 3. So it kind of ends here. So I feel like we probably want like an extra 2 off the side eventually. Let's take some of this dirt away to do that. It's going to ruin my access video, isn't it? Video access access ladder. And now I got more junk in my inventory like iron. But I got a bundle for that. Thank goodness. Thank Mojang. Praise the Mojangsters for the bundle. Alright, that's looking good. Except it's not. Our inventory's full. Oh dear. What was the item I was going to chuck in there? It was the iron. There it is. And 1 torch. It helps. Every little helps, remember? Should the copper armor have oxidation levels? Also, should the armor have different stats like higher toughness and lower durability at high oxidation level, lower toughness and high when the armor is unoxidized, says Enderdan. I think that, like, adding even more items to the game does create clutter and stuff, and, like, it just feels like that would be really leaning into all this clutter, and I don't think it's a particularly great idea to do that. If it, like, maybe there's some sort of thing that you could give copper armor and tools a really cool use for, but whatever that is, I don't think it's going to be that obvious, because that's kind of like an obvious thing that you could do, right? Is just make it kind of connected. Do you know what? I think I'll skip doing this. I think I'll go with levers on this one, because we can just put it there. And then do the same thing here, right? Like if we're gonna come up with a special thing for the copper armor and tools, I think it needs to really add something to the game, because like all this increasing durability and toughness, so what? Like, you know, you got mending, right? And you got diamond armor, and it doesn't feel like that really adds much to the game. Armor maintenance isn't a mechanism for other armor other than repairing it via anvil, so I'm not sure copper armor would deviate from that. Well, like mending kind of like nullifies the differences between these armors anyway when it comes to durability. Wood, stone, copper, iron, it's all stuff for day one that can be trashed. I don't know why they added more early game content, says John Drinkwater. Yeah, I thought it was a little unnecessary as well, but I feel like lately they're kind of going for things that the community ask for, and the community asks for stuff like that all the time. And I think it's just one of those things where it depends on how you look at the game. Like, if you just like having more options and more cool stuff, hey, copper armor, that'd be cool, right? Like, then it's an easy suggestion. But whereas if you look at the game differently, like you look at its game mechanics and you think a lot about its structure and how you progress through different parts of the game, when you look at it like that, I don't think you go, oh, it needs copper armor. So to me, it strikes me as them doing a little bit of fan service and just like giving people what they ask for. Because this and quite a few other things that they've added and done lately, especially the copper golem, they come from like community suggestions or common themes that people in the community ask for, is what I've noticed. 1, 2, there we go, 12 lamps. A lot of players take a few days to get until full iron, so the copper armor is good. I disagree with that. I think it's maybe they do, right? But if you struggle to get to full iron in a play session, I'm gonna guess it's because that play session is short. So if you're able to play for half an hour a day, then I would get, okay, yeah, maybe that's not so achievable. But if you play the game for an hour, you should be able to get a full set of iron. Unless I'm missing something there, like, that seems very achievable to me. Snowchris says some of us are just not that good at Minecraft. I get that response, but like, we're not talking about something that's like remotely difficult, right? I don't. Maybe like really young kids, I can understand, don't quite have the know-how of what to do. But if you've played this game, yeah, I don't know how to map this out. Like, is there an age range or like a difficulty bracket here? But to me, it strikes me as being very, very low. It's not difficult. You just need to learn a few things about the game, and you can kind of go in the caves and get geared up. But yeah, I guess if you look at it from the perspective of a complete newbie, then actually maybe copper does make a bit of sense, because it can be tricky. It can be tricky to get a set of iron armor if you have no idea what you're doing. For a casual player, it is hard. I remember watching someone playing it blind, and it took some time until they got iron. Yeah, as I was just saying, like, if you're playing it for the first time, I get that. But I'm assuming, this is the thing, like, generalization, right? I'm kind of assuming some of y'all will have a fair amount of Minecraft knowledge. So yeah, if you don't have the Minecraft knowledge, then yeah, maybe it is difficult. You've been playing this game since 1.5, but then I work and have other stuff. Yes, I love the copper armor because you have to get geared up to go into the caves to get iron. But wait, but where does the copper come from? The caves, right? Anyway, I'll concede because there is definitely oh, do you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to modify my original design a little bit. Actually, I'm going to put glass around the front here. That feels better. I'm going to concede because, yeah, there's always, like, you know, different abilities of players. So I think if we think from the perspective of, like, lowest ability upwards, then there's obviously a use case for this. You're in your 40s and it took you 2 years to get an iron farm working on bedrock. Meanwhile, where kids want armor, diamonds, and a portal, copper is way more abundant and therefore easier to replace. Yeah, I don't think it matters like what age you are. I think at a certain age, maybe around your teenage years, you're pretty much good enough to learn how to follow a tutorial to build an iron farm. Being the sort of player that could build one on their own, you definitely need more technical knowledge and understanding. So I'm kind of curious, like, were you just following a tutorial, or did you, if you did, just had to painstakingly figure it out? Because they're tricky things to build if you're not following a tutorial. This is pretty much like for like so far. I can't really see where I'm going wrong. Let's go and switch the view. I say I can't really see where I'm going wrong. Let's hope we're not going wrong. That is not where that goes. It goes one block lower. Now, I really kind of want to build this all in batch, but we got to at least get one design right to begin with, you know? Gonna end up using some scaffolding down here, aren't I? It's kind of hard from these shoddy images that I've put together to tell if this is correct or not, but I think it is. No, we're good. Thought for a second there I might have made a mistake of some sort. So this is the bit where we come in and we place the dried grass. So that needs to be water, which means this is in the wrong spot. Your first ever iron farm involved a load of villagers in a building and me leading the golems into lava. Nice. I feel like this is the equivalent of your starter house should look like a sausage build. Meanwhile, my starter house is often a hole in the ground. Do you mean mythical sausage, or are you referring to a builder? I mean, here's another thing. Like, people watch me play Minecraft, right? So, you know, maybe that means that I'm above average or something, you know? Because that would maybe be a reason you want to watch someone play. I have been playing the game for a long time. I have been building contraptions and learning about how it all works and stuff, and maybe that's just, like, not something the average player has. I mean, there's a good, like, pop quiz is not the right term, but there's, like, a good poll there with sort of, like, how do you feel you compare as, like, an average player to YouTubers that you watch play this game? Because some of you out there are absolute smarty fancies and can do all the same stuff, and some of you are not, you know? Then there's nothing wrong with that. That to me looks like the completed contraption. So, oh no, it definitely isn't. There's a big bit that's missing, you know? There's a very big part of this that's missing, and it's 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. That is actually enough space. I did it okay. I did it okay. Right. So, another thing that's missing are droppers. People watch you because you're above average, and you're above average because it's your job. It goes both ways, I'd say, says Callie. Yeah, you are, but my big trip up is the difference of Java and Bedrock mechanics. That's a trip up for me too, because I just play this one, you know. Hey, should we get a poll going? I think that could be a really good poll. Just like, how do you feel you are compared to the content creators you watch? I'm going to assume, unless there's like a lot of entertainment value, you're mostly there to watch someone, you know, play this game that brings something to it you don't have. Would be my assumption. Alright, so if this thing's got stuff in it, that gets powered, which is the rail. I think that's perfectly fine. That makes sense, even though it doesn't need to be powered immediately. Because I'm using this image that I've got, and it's all just a bit janky, throwing it together from an old image. We haven't used the schematic or anything, you know. I could schematicize this if I'm happy with it. Schematicize. Sounds very professional. Okay, like this. And then it goes up there. And I think that has to be an actual block, not a glass block, because this redstone needs to power the dispenser. In fact, it'll start powered if I recall correctly. So we need 5 items in here. We're going to use 5 arrows. Yep. So then that is powered. That needs minecarts. We're gonna have to get loads of iron over here. Loads of iron. Right, there's a poll in the chat, people. I will hopefully get the response at some point. Whenever it's over. Vote! If you're listening, go and vote. Read the poll. Vote. Participate. Make the fidelity of the information better by us having a richer data set. Oh my god, that sounded so brain smart. You should totally come back to the stream, stop idling. No, the results came in too quickly. We've got 2 little votes. Interesting that a lot of you feel you're equal. Here's the thing though, if you watch content creators, you're going to learn from them and probably learn to play like them, right? That's not actually that surprising. Oh my god, people in chat are complaining. They're rioting. They didn't get enough time. Oh my god. This is outrageous. This is a scandal. Okay, I'm joking. I think I might do something like put a chest here and then a comparator with a bulb, or sorry, a lamp. Right, now in theory this works, and in theory there's a skeleton dying, and in theory I could put a dried ghast in there and watch it go. That being said, it is lacking minecarts. We'll have to craft that later. I think everything else is good to go. The first stage of growth has begun. Oh my god, it's happening, people, it's happening. I've gotten a lot better at building by absorbing a lot of Hermitcraft. I absorbed the building knowledge through osmosis. Excellent. That is good, that is good. Good stuff. I'm going to put 1 in there for now. Yo, Jacket Fracket, 20 months of support. Oh my god, your happy Gar skin is adorable. I love it. It's so cute, right? It's so cute. It's brought back the wonders and the joys of having a silly little skin every now and then, you know? Hilma, welcome to the stream. What are we working on? The Happy Gas Farm. We've got the station part up here. All ready to go. Oh, no! It's the end of your life. Not mine. We should probably go get... Oh, another noise I heard? Sounded like a skeleton. Sounded like one. Did I put some torches in here? Yeah, we got to go get some iron, I think, next. And then prepare the whole thing. Yes. That's what we're going to do. Iron followed by preparations. Is there a second poll coming in? Let's find out. Time to vote, people. Time to vote. Do not idle. Do not lurk. Lurking not allowed. Come back. Come back and vote. I'm gonna merge all of my project stuff into this shulker box here. Vote for Xisuma. Xisuma? Who the heck is that guy? Right, as you can see there, that's most of the stuff for the project. This allows me to see that I don't really need an axe right now. Axe not necessary. We need rockets. We need to go and steal some iron. You love seeing Cub's face appear down below every once in a while. It's so cool to have the face bar, isn't it? So cool. What did B-Dubs build here? It's a cute little entrance. I like this. Very, oh, wow. Look at that. The man knows how to build. Very cool stuff. Also, False's tree here is wonderful. Ren pointed that out to me, and I'm like, yeah, it's amazing. It's like so amazing that you just take it for granted when it's there. Tennis, says chat. Tennis, woo! Let me get my tennis racket, people. Let's head out to the court. Where are we going? This way. A pompous game steeped in tradition. Is it now? It's pompous. It's pompous, they say. That should get us through it. Although probably not for minecarts. Minecarts might take up a lot. Let's just fill up our inventory. Don't look at me, I'm just quoting B-Dubs. There's a great quote though. A pompous game steeped in tradition. That's pretty comical. Last chance to vote in the chat. Come on now, participate. It's democracy of opinion. In fact, it's not even an opinion poll, is it? It's a, I don't know what we'd call it. Self-evaluation? Are we self-evaluating? Oh, gosh. Not again. So we've almost double, yeah, about double the votes. We have now worse than YouTubers on top with 50%, somewhat equal at 38, and better than most at 11. Dax, some of you think you're better. You think you're better than me, eh? Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you what's really happening. Speaking of self-evaluating, have you already done the pyramid? I haven't. It's just distraction-thon. I really want to do it, but I'm kind of like, once I get into something, I kind of get like a bit hyper-focused on it, and so I decided to do this gas farm casually, but that now I'm like, I have to finish it. And I'm making an episode for it as well, so I'm like now hyper-focused on this thing. Yo, I need like another shulker box over here. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Okay, shulker box and load it up with iron. Nice, except I need some of that to build over here. Okay. We're going to assume that this works. And you know what? I think I could make this, honestly, like a little bit more compact. If I ran the next rails like under this space, which why not? So let's go ahead, figure this one out. Oh, I haven't built the redstone here. Okay, I haven't finished this contraption, so you can see it's like 1, 2, 3 extra blocks. That's why this looks off. So we go around like that. Uh-huh. I need my rails next. Okay, say it's good to have them under here, but actually, like, if you look at that, it goes over the front. So, no, you need to have a block of clearance. Well, I thought it was smart. Turns out it wasn't. You live and you learn, people. You live and you learn, and you forget and you learn again. That's an Xisuma quote. Put it in air quotes or whatever they do. Whatever you kids do today with your internet and your TikToks. Bunch of weirdos. What? What is this do? What is this underground portion doing? This is the ghast growing chamber, let's call it. And we're just planning out the layout somewhat. Because I want to build these all in batch after this. Doesn't that... Wait, does that mean they would touch? No, they're not going to touch. Okay, good. So how many blocks here? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll have it here. Sure, I think I might just build 6 chambers instead of 12. Might get a bit tedious to build. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. You know, we might actually breeze through this. So maybe we'll go for the whole thing. Huh! Suddenly a hole. Alright, now that we're grinding and we're doing the repetitive stuff, I think now's a great time for a talky topic. Chat, what would you what do you want? You know, what do you want on your waffles? What do you want on your waffles today, chat? Tell me. Or else. Do you want a poll about the topic? Sure, Callie, go for it. Pancake syrup. That wasn't quite what I meant, man. It was like an analogy. I was saying, like, what topic do you want to talk about? Jeez. Jeez. Something new, something I haven't talked about. I've streamed so much that I've talked about everything. Literally. The meaning of life. Hilma, coming in with the easy stuff, are we? The meaning of life. It's simple. It's simple. Actually, it's not. But I don't think life actually has a meaning. I think it's up to you to give it meaning. This will sound like a little sad, but I think like meaning or the desire for it is perhaps like a survival instinct or something we have evolved to have. But whatever it is, I do think, like, you know, you need to find your own meaning. I don't think there is an actual meaning out there. It's for you to figure out. One of my favorite quotes is that happiness is enjoying the passage of time. I like that because it really simplifies a lot of those deep existential questions into something quite simple. It's like, you can get really hung up on the meaning of life and what's my purpose here, and you can really wind yourself up with that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're enjoying, you know, what you're doing with your time, because time's all you got, then let's keep it simple. That can be a great thing. Any new information on the mystery Cradle of Filth song? Yes, someone actually reached out to the artist that we talked about, Tom, whose second name I can't say. We'll call him Tom K, and got an answer. So it turns out that like 30 years ago, they did a production of Dracula in a theater, and that was one of the scores that they put together. Someone bootlegged it, uploaded it, said it was Cradle of Filth, and now myself and a small handful of other music nerds on the internet have wondered what that song is forever. I found some discussion from other people saying, like, what on earth is this song? It's not Cradle, but I want to know more. And And that really actually explains a lot, because the song that they uploaded a couple of years ago literally just went back to that song, touched it up a bit, and then released it. And it's like, well, that's why that one sounds cleaner and whatnot, right? Right, we've got one more to put in here. So that's like a proper answer. It's like, yeah, that makes total sense. And it kind of puts, you know, it solves that mystery. But I asked the person who tweeted me, can you ask them a follow-up question of like, do they have any other music from that score available? Because I would love to hear it. I'd love to know if there was more like that, because that was such an amazing piece of music. You helped the solving of a mystery. I did help, but like, I think that person who sent the email did like 90% of it, right? Like, that was all about just getting in touch with that person, gave us a solid answer. Mystery solved, literally, which is crazy, because that bugged me for years. I'd always like put that song on occasion and just be like, who the heck made this? Like, this isn't Cradle of Filth. I want to know who did it. All right, there's another component to this bit that we're doing here, which is that we need more space behind, so let's figure that out as well. Behind this block, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, was the song mystery solved? Yeah, it's been solved. Like, awesome. Wait, what did I say? Behind that, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out to here. It has legit been solved, which is just insane. The power of a crowd, right? Someone out there had the genius idea of getting in touch with Tom, which I didn't really think about, but you can get in touch with people a lot easier these days with the internet. I'm sure there was an email address or something out there that they were able to find. So, GG's that person. You're taking full credit for solving the mystery, says Miss Snowy. And your username rings a bell. Yeah, I think it was you on Twitter. Miss Snowy there as well. Well done. I haven't checked Twitter again. When I checked Twitter today, actually, I realized it had been ages since I checked my mentions. On one hand, I kind of liked it. On the other hand, I was like, I do like to do this and see what people want to interact and say and stuff. But I also just really want to be off social media. Like, if I weren't doing this for a living right now, I just wouldn't touch Twitter or... what's the other one? Blue Sky? Do I have a favorite flower? I don't, but I've definitely seen some that are really pretty. You know, when I used to go up to Wales to see my grandparents when I was a kid, they had these amazing flowers at the bottom of their garden that were like really big and bushy and colourful. They would... Like, if you made a fist, it would be, like, way bigger than a fist you could make with your hands. All these little petals would, like, stem out from the flower, and just these big bulbous lumps of colour. And they would stay like that for a long time. They were quite resilient in the rain, and they rarely looked, you know, like... I don't know, I can't think of a better word, but they never really looked run down or anything, right? They're always just pretty solid. Hydrangea, that sounds like it actually. Hydrangea, let's have a look. Hydrangea, it's going in. Dude, it is so these flowers. This is exactly it. Oh my god, I'm going to look at them for a second because they're beautiful. Yeah, that's probably for me when it comes to flowers. I just have a really fond, like, childhood memory of going up to Wales and... whether you know when you're a kid, you just do stuff. You don't really know what you're doing or you're thinking, and then you look back at it. You look back at yourself in the future, and you'll describe yourself differently. I'd always love to go and see those flowers, but I wouldn't be thinking that. I wouldn't be thinking like, I'm gonna go look at the flowers. It was just something that I did. I loved them every time I went there. I just thought they were really pretty. Hydrangeas are different colours depending on the acidity alkaline of the soil they're planted in. That's fascinating. That is fascinating. These ones were, I think they were blue and pink. That's what I remember. But I could easily be filling in blanks, like, you know, That's how memory is. We talked the other day about, like, I was telling a story of something that happened at a festival, and then I kind of realized, like, I'm not sure if I was actually there, if this is just one of those stories me and my friends have told each other so many times, it now feels like you were there. I mean, I was at the festival. If I was specifically involved in this one thing or not, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Let's check we're doing this right. If you're a minecart, you go that way, yeah. But then here, you need to go the other way to go out. We're doing it right, peeps. Look, we're doing it right. We're doing all the things right. Oh, that's wrong. Doing all the things right, that's wrong. Guess that one will go there. Right, that's good. Hydrangea rhymes with strange ear. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Your favourite flowers are cornflowers. I started liking them because of Minecraft, and I started seeing actual pictures of them. They're so pretty. Let me go look it up then. Today is a day of me doing stuff on my web browser instead of streaming. Wait, I typed in Cornwall? Was it cornflower? Oh, those are super pretty. Wow. Hey, they're gorgeous, dang. Yo, okay, another favourite flower. So, where I live, there are like these lavender bluebells. They're quite common here in the UK, and I think actually they might even be protected, so you can't just go about picking them up and stuff or cutting them down. And they're not always that amazing, but there's this one area that's like forested, so they grow in the shade, and every time they bloom, which was just a little earlier in the year, if you go through the forest at the right time, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous in there. You once saw this flower that is white, but it turns out it was transparent water, skeleton flower or something like that. Whoa, skeleton flower. Yeah, I gotta look that up. Jeez, y'all don't want me to do anything, do you? You just want me to go on Google and look at pictures of flowers. Well, let's look up skeleton flower. Diphelia? I could never say that. Diphelia. Wow, that is definitely transparent. Nature is insane, yo. Nature's wild. I didn't know. Crazy. Who would have thought? Look up passion fruit flower while you're at it. All right, last one. Passion fruit flower. What is the most metal flower? That's what we need to find out. This one's pretty metal. Actually, it's more hippie. This is a hippie flower. This is a tripping on acid flower right here. Dude, this thing is whack. The middle of it looks crazy. Go on, most metal looking flower. Give me a heavy metal flower. Don't fail me, chat. Corpse flower. Yo, it's got the name nailed down. Oh, I'm excited now. Okay, we're gonna need some woods. We're gonna need some cobblestone. No, wait, that was tough blocks. We need stone. Rocks. Were you in there? We're always in the last one that I look at. What was the other thing I needed? Golds, probably. That one? Yeah, that one. Got some redstone over here as well. Handy. Handy, Andy. How do you make rails again? Do you need sticks? You need sticks. Corpse flower smells, well, like a rotting corpse. Dang, that's a rough smell right there. Where are we going? Okay, yeah, then I just make that. Then we get back to it, people. We get back to it. I was supposed to bring a bottle of water with me up here, but I forgot. Black bat flower looks more gothic than metal. Let me look up that one, then corpse flower. Black bat. Yo, that's an alien-looking flower. Wow. God, kind of a little bit creepy. Like, it looks like it's got mushrooms growing out of it. That's a mental flower right there. Okay, and then corpse flower. That doesn't look particularly metal. There's a picture of someone sticking their head in it. That doesn't look like fun. Dude, it's massive. Corpse flower is massive. Okay. Bleeding hearts. I want to find a metal-looking flower. Bleeding hearts. That is not metal. That is a beautiful flower, though. That's an amazing flower. My God. Nature's full of surprises. Come on. Most metal. Dark purple spider lilies. Okay, this sounds promising. Dark purple spider lilies. They're pretty cool, but not metal. Where is my metal flower? Come on, chat. Black Dahlia is underrated. There's that band, the Black Dahlia Murder. That is not named after a flower, I know that. That's named after the Black Dahlia Murder. Funny, that. Well, it's not funny, is it? Because it's murder. Jeez, did I just say murder is funny? Peeps, don't go murdering for giggles. It's not worth it. Gladius Black Stars. Okay, I'm hoping I can trust you here. That is the closest thing to a metal flower we've had so far, but I'm gonna call it. It still don't look metal enough to me. Don't Google Black Dahlia. Yeah, you might get some grisly pictures, I imagine. Yeah. But I know all about that. I've listened to some like podcasts or something about it. Pre, you know, the internet's fascination with true crime podcasts or whatever that I keep hearing about. Back in the day, you know. Heard all about that. Did we ever get a poll for the topic? I don't think we did. How's little Ghasty here doing? It's gone. What? Wait! How? I can hear it! Oh, guy! Oh, what happened at the end here? What did happen at the end here? Is this like supposed to be manually closed already? Interesting. It was supposed to be manually closed. Oh, it worked already, man! Now I feel like we probably don't need 12 of these, but whatever, we'll crack on. Come on, buddy. You never gave me options for the topic, Poex. Callie, I thought I was asking y'all for topics. I thought you had some in mind. Like, I'm asking for topics. How would I be able to give you some for a poll? This makes no sense. Shulkerbox labels, there are no new versions of that mod, which is why I no longer use it. Okay, in theory you'd come back out. Yeah, there we go. On you go, little buddy! Oh, celebrate good times. Celebrate good time. We can do another one while we're down here. I reckon they take about 20 minutes or something. Seem to recall that being a thing. We'll do another one. We'll do another one. I feel like maybe we should focus on getting this one up and running then. Since it works. But really, I should really build them all in batch. Let's stick to that. Let's stick to the plan. Okay, building in batch. Ah, and then we get to hear the little ghast up there. Making its cute little sounds. Callie says, do I look like someone with a plan to you? You're just a name on my screen, man. Right, let's seriously though, let's knuckle down a topic. I mean, I could bang on. I tell you what, I could bang on about Woodstock because I finished watching the documentary on Woodstock '99. Whew, that gave me some serious nostalgia pangs right there. Oh my god, would I love to have gone to that concert? That has to be one of the wildest concerts ever. Absolutely crazy. What did I think of the documentary? Really good, balanced. Kind of gave you different sides of the coin, let people say what they wanted to say, kind of held their remarks in contrast to one another. I generally think they did a pretty good job. They gave you the tools to think critically for yourself if you wanted to. One of the problems I think we're having at the moment in society, this is something that I heard somewhere, and since I've heard it, it's been stuck in my head. But, like, I don't know what type of content you'll consume. So you can hear what I'm going to say, you can think about it, and then maybe tell me in chat. But a lot of us are consuming content that is like very sort of like opinion based and second, third, fourth hand information. So it used to be that we got our information from a news channel. These were supposed to be reputable sources that we could trust. Journalists went out on the grounds. They did their due diligence to find a truth that we could perhaps agree on, and bring that to the masses. Over time, though, we've got more people have access to creating content, and so you start to get people who share their opinions, talk about topics, maybe passionately, maybe convincingly, maybe in a way that influences you and your thoughts and opinions about the world. And they are maybe not journalists with boots on the ground. They are not actually deep in the weeds as maybe they should be. And I would totally be guilty of this, except I feel like I've always tried to like put my ignorances up alongside the fact that I've got a little microphone here and I'm talking to strangers on the internet and I can tell you whatever I want. I like to let you know, hey, I'm a flawed person. This is where I got my thoughts from. I could be wrong about it. I think there's people that might have a similar level of understanding of a topic as someone like myself, where I'd be saying, hey, I don't really actually know the ins and outs of all of this, but here's where I heard this thing and here's where I heard that thing, and just try and give you a better scope of like where my information comes from. I feel like there's definitely people online that are not doing that. And so if you think about it of chains of like, where's the source, and then where are you and how many other people are in the chain between the information and you? Can you imagine sometimes you listen to a podcast, someone makes a really cool cohesive argument, but maybe they just heard that on another podcast and that person heard it on somewhere else. It feels like there's a lot of that about. There's a lot of like lower quality information where we're being encouraged to have strong opinions, listening to people argue with one another about the hot topic of the day, and maybe these opinions are like not as well thought out or as valuable as they might seem, because it's really easy to sound convincing, I think. Like, or maybe it's not easy, but maybe like we select for people that have that skill, that auditory skill, to stand out from the crowd and get people's attention and convince them, but maybe it doesn't speak to the volume of the quality of information they're sharing. So the idea that I heard recently kind of highlighted that. And it made me think of some of the commentators and podcasts that I listened to in the past. And I kind of realized that, yeah, sometimes, you know, you spot these people approaching your territory. Maybe they start talking something about you actually know a lot about, and you realize that they're just sort of recycling opinions, and maybe their opinions aren't particularly that valuable. And I think we're kind of drowning in it at the moment. I think the internet is just filling up with voices and opinions and like quantity over quality, I guess. Quantity over quality, right? I think Channel 5 Andrew Callahan on YouTube does a great job doing boots on the ground journalism without instilling bias even among people I definitely disagree with. I agree, and I follow his work, and I think he's fantastic. As for bias, though, I don't think you should say he doesn't have a bias, or depends on what you mean by instilling bias. Bias is often seen as like a very negative thing, like, oh, you're biased, you know, you're being biased here. But like, I think what bias actually is something that's pervasive everywhere, and it's important that when we present ideas and information, that the bias isn't hidden. Like, think of it as if there's actually no neutral position, right? Everything's going to have some sort of angle or slant, and as long as we do our best to kind of show that, then it makes whoever's consuming that information more informed and can promote using their critical thinking skills. This is another part of the thing that I heard recently, is that listening to other people share their opinions lowers your need for critical thinking about something. It's easy to regurgitate someone's opinion, especially if you agree with them. It's easy to just go to them for your information and your opinion on stuff and agree with it and sort of regurgitate it. That's another component of this as well, right? Like, it's easy just to hear someone else go on about something, and then you can kind of go, oh yeah, whatever, and agree with it, right? Like, think about how all of what I'm saying factors into like the growing divide and radicalization that we're seeing online between people. It's because it's easy to regurgitate other people's opinions and let other people do all the hard work. Like, it's not promoting critical thinking. Whereas I think the older type of journalism did. You weren't spoon-fed an opinion about something. You were sort of given the air quotes facts, and then you had to do the heavy lifting yourself of figuring out what that meant for you. The topic y'all wanted me to talk about was plants. We're well away from plants. We're not talking about music. Your opinion, your option in the chat, Minecraft news again, or food. Hey, I might come back to some of those in a minute. Thanks for the ideas. The problem with unconscious bias is that it's unconscious, says NF Scripts. So yeah, if we make it like more aware, more consciousness of it, then it's surely better for us to know that, right? It's very easy to exist in an echo chamber, says Scaron. Or is it... I think it's Scaron, or Scaron. I also think it's like, it's quite easy to, oh, I know what echo chambers are, and then not realize you're in one as well. I think that a lot of going online is like an echo chamber. I think maybe a lot of, like, this is a new term that we've developed, right, to talk about the current situation, but I think you can actually use it to look back at history as well, and see that the idea of an echo chamber has kind of already been there. It's, you tend to consume things and do things that are familiar to you. You know, in this day and age going online, algorithms are putting a similar sort of content in front of you, so it can be easy to feel like the echo chamber is a problem that other people have, whereas maybe it's not yours. Maybe your echo chamber is cat videos. If all you watch is cat videos, you know, the world might just be a cute, wonderful, fluffy, happy place, and you don't know why all these other people are upset. Like, if you imagine rolling back some of the technology and, like, you know, it's the 90s, you've got television, what cable news channel do you watch? If you only watch the same one over and over again, that's kind of like being in the echo chamber, right? So I think it's important to be able to think about it that way as well. Cat video echo chamber sounds great though. If you like the sound of it, delete your YouTube account, or maybe just log out, you know. Go sign up for a new one, install a VPN, right? New IP address, new YouTube account, right? Just search cat videos, and then do nothing except click on cat videos. Never click on anything else, and before long, the whole website will just be nothing but cat videos. Your echo chamber is Hermitcraft. How's it sound? Is it sounding good? Clean browser installation. You might need that as well, yeah. You might need that as well. And then that there, I think? Yeah, and that there. So that was a bit of a ramble, wasn't it? What's the let's try and land this plane, as they say. Yeah, I think like going forwards, if you're consuming any kind of like content that's like past entertainment, it's more like you know, politics, opinion, stuff going on in the world. Try and keep that lens in mind of like, hey, what's the source here? Who is this person? And where do they get their information from, and how are they reporting on it? Because I think we develop like quite strong attachments to content creators. Like, I think personality in this day and age can be very persuasive, and personality isn't, you know, objective. It's not a good metric of like, should you listen to this person or not? You know, like some people that are charming and very persuasive can have nefarious intent. I'm aware you're not planning to do a face reveal, but has there ever been a point where you're considering it at all, says Florian Sit. Oh yeah, if ever we get 1 billion channel points, I'll totally do it. Of course I will. Yeah. Just, you know, maybe in a few thousand years we'll get there. I made a conceited effort to skip clickbaity articles and videos years ago. It's been great for my life. Good for you, Bert. Good for you. I'm always going on about it. I think for me it's a bit of a struggle with old habits, but I'm finding myself again lately like going through another sort of phase of like flushing out certain things. I see them come up in my feed, I get tempted to click on them, but I'm like, nah, this isn't really that great. I don't want to name names. I don't like naming names, especially if there's a bit of negativity involved. But like there was even some like science YouTubers that I'm thinking of a particular person, but like a science YouTuber who initially just struck me as being a great source of information, but then with time I kind of realized that they were just constantly like baiting you and actually creating like some quite ragey type of content about what's going on in the scientific community. And then I kind of thought, I'm not in the scientific community. Like I really, like I'm just, if I'm going to listen to this, I've really just put in a lot of faith in this person, and it feels like they're constantly coming out with kind of these subtly rage baity videos about people disagreeing in the scientific community, and I don't want that, and so I stopped watching them. And I felt there's been a few other channels like that as well, where they just sort of churn out stuff that's a bit too dramatic for the topic. You mean to tell me you aren't my best friend in the whole wide world, X? But my parasocial relationship. Oh, it's true, people. It's true. I don't even know you. I'm literally a stranger. You can literally walk past me on the street and not know it's me. And I walk past you every day. Whoa, that just got so creepy. Oh my god. I've been stalking you? What? Jeez. Right. Ah! Fell down here. I think I built that one correctly. Good. How have I been jumping up onto these? That is... I'm legitimately like, what was I using? Was I just going up and breaking a block? Because I don't see no leftover block. Anyway. There'll be someone in chat who's eagle-eyed and will tell me exactly what I just did. Informative content creators are always fun until they cover a topic you know a lot about, says Callie. Yeah, that's one of those things, right? That's one of those things. You think I used my elytra? I might have done. I'm not sure if there's a jump that works for that. Are we out of comparators? I should have had enough of those. I thought I counted them. Yeah, that's one content creator I stopped watching. And there's just a few other as well where there's always something to talk about, but then as you get used to the topics they cover, you realize they're just kind of like recycling a lot of stuff, and you know, maybe there isn't always a reason to make a video, but it's your job, so you got to do it. And that's kind of concerning. This is how I was doing it. I got on one and I kept jumping along. That's how we did it. We figured that one out. So like if you're then communicating, you know, important scientific information or educational stuff, and then you're starting to go into territory you don't really know about because you're like always looking to make another video. Yeah, that's the thing. Bear says you are building these quickly. GG. Thank you. Yeah, when we get to this very like repetitive, simple stuff, and I just go around it like one thing at a time, we can really speed it up this way. Which is why I decided now's a good time for a waffle, because I don't have to think a lot. I just, one by one, go and do the next little group of blocks that I've decided to put together. I'm not sure if you know this, X, but YouTubers get paid per view. Oh! Oh! Is that how it works? I thought we got paid per upload. Oh. Well, I just do not know what's going on then, do I? Been doing it wrong all this time. Okay, so now we're like at the front with the glass. Maybe we go like dispenser, rail, some glass up here, redstone block, something like that. This one's obviously already built. It's the next one. So in order to make sure we do this properly, I think it's like... That's the rail where the thing goes down. Is that correct? That appears to be correct. We'll go for 2 blocks. That one's going to be the redstone block. And then here is going to be... That's actually supposed to be a full block. And then we put in our dispenser and our rail. Not bad. Next one. Looks like I'd already started a little bit over here. Maybe I built that one incorrectly. No. I see what's going on here. And that brings us up to speed-ish. That's the one. Cool. Where in the world do I want to travel to? I mean, there's so many places I'd love to. I don't really have a next on my list because I've been to Japan. I guess going back to Japan is on my list. Definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going back to Japan. How I've been surviving the heat? I've been surviving it. Yeah, I've managed to get through. And that's going to be cooler for a little bit, which is more than welcome. Right, now we got that one in. Brilliant. Hi, I just joined, says Rebecca. Welcome, Rebecca. I just decided to say it like that. Is that okay? Okay, that one goes there. And then full block, dispenser, and rail. Very good. It's going swimmingly. You went to the beach yesterday evening. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. I want to go back to the beach. I like going to the beach. Need to do that this summer. Right, here we go. Oh man, you know how life, you just always got this thing to do and that thing to do. I've got like... Oh, actually that makes total sense. I didn't put another minecart in over there. That makes total sense. I've just had like... July was supposed to like slow down for me, and it has not. It has sped up. It's just like adult responsibilities and stuff just taking up my time. And every day has felt like a little bit of a rush doing stuff, like, you know, on the phone to the bank and then on the phone to the water people, and it's just like, oh, adult responsibilities, go away. I don't like putting stuff off either. Like when something needs doing, it needs doing. I got like trouble with my car as well. It's just like I'm doing all that adulting stuff, and anyway, it's like I feel like I'm just, you know, maybe a week or two I get to the end of it, and then I have a nice blank slate in front of me. That would be lovely to have, and then maybe I could go down to the beach for a day or something. But until we get there, you know, it's just a dream. and then like out of nowhere, it's like, oh, I gotta make this Hermitcraft episode, right? But that's a good thing, really, because that's like passion. When a little bit of passion comes through for like, okay, this is gonna make a cool project. Let's do this. That's, you know, that's a good one. But like I'm wedging that in between all this other stuff too. It's just how it goes. Oh, fell down. Fell down. The only beach you've been to is Scarborough. I have no idea what Scarborough beach is like, but England has a bunch of places with names that aren't particularly appetizing, like Slough or Torquay, and yeah, Scarborough doesn't sound particularly exotic, does it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So, peeps, I finished watching the Woodstock 99 documentary. We were talking about that a little bit ago. Scunthorpe, that's a classic. That's a classic. That's such a great documentary. I totally recommend y'all go watch it, especially if you're into music and like festivals and stuff. That is just such one of the wildest festivals ever. And I thought I knew it all, right? Like, when I was younger, I read a lot of stories and articles and stuff about what happened at Woodstock 99. I was not aware. I mean, I was aware there was a pay-per-view event, but I always assumed it was showing the bands play. There were people going around filming all of this, and oh my god, like the way kids behaved back then, I'm like, yeah, that's my generation right there. That's what we were like. Please forgive us. We were crazy. Yeah, so like watching this thing, it was like just unearthed all this footage, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this festival again. Like, it's such an insane moment in time. So totally recommend y'all go watch it. It's on Netflix. Now there is another one I've learned since that's on HBO, and I think the HBO one might be the one that got like a lot of flack for being air quotes woke, which is why I never bothered to watch this one. So I'm gonna watch that one and find out what it's about, because you know, woke is a bit of like a boogeyman word that gets thrown around, and a lot of the time it's like you're gonna have a better understanding of something if you go and check it out for yourself. Literally what we were saying a moment ago about like regurgitated opinions and stuff. Like, I'd heard this thing about this Woodstock documentary that got it all wrong, and so I never bothered to watch it. But I actually think it wasn't the Netflix one that they were talking about. That one seemed very level-headed and reasonable. And also, as part of that series, they've now got another documentary on Travis Scott's festival, which I've started to watch. Free phases here, 43 months with the Prime. Thank you so much, my dude. To the peeps out there with the Amazon Prime, if you want to use it on me, it'll be greatly appreciated, and it'll get you access to our Minecraft community. I need to get this guy in a minecart before it grows up now, I think about it. Let's go do that. Woke is a term conservative people have started using for any media that shows any kind of progressive themes, says Niam. I think I sort of agree with that. Like, the thing with the whole woke stuff is just, it's become this, like, boogeyman word that gets thrown around and used to, like, upset a particular crowd of people, is how it strikes me. Is there a way the snowballs lure these over, right? Yeah, let's get our snowballs, or a snowball. It sells stories, says Bert. Yeah, like it's like a rage bait term, right? So if something happens and you can call it like woke gone mad, it'll get a particular crowd of people coming along and then getting enraged, and that creates engagement with the content, right? I think this might work better if we're over by... Ooh! If we get this guy over by where these rails go up, we might have a better chance of getting him in. The Travis Scott one was quite impressive to watch. I never knew how big of an incident it was before watching to Expelled Winter. I would consider myself to have been relatively well informed, it felt like, on that topic at the time that it happened, right? Oh, what a pro, what a chat. Hey, why'd you get stops there? Oh, look! Oh my goodness me, the whole project works. Fantastic. Fantastic. When they are being woke, not to be woke, but to make money, it's not authentic. And I think there will be quite a few content creators on YouTube that would fall into that category of rage baiting and calling stuff woke and getting clicks on views, right? Getting clicks on views, you know what I mean? Getting clicks on the videos, getting the views in. It's a grift. It's a grift. So the Travis Scott one looks super interesting. But I shouldn't say too much on it because I haven't gotten all the way through the documentary yet. But at the time where I was like learning about it when it happened, there was a lot of blame being thrusted onto Travis's shoulders. And I think when you show footage of him at other concerts in contrast with it, it's easy to point the finger and blame. But like most things in life, there's never really like this one clear, simple answer. It tends to be like a lot of factors coming together and like different degrees of responsibility or influence at different levels. So watching this documentary, you start to see, at least at the part that I'm at, that there's two obvious big factors that contribute to the crush that happened. One of which is the layout of the crowd space, let's call it. And the other one is the fact that there were lots more people there that should have been because people broke in to see it, right? Can't sleep these days because of woke, says Callie. That's hilarious. That's a t-shirt idea right there. As an uninformed person, I had an issue with putting all the blame on Travis Scott. Does the doc expand on that? Yeah, where I'm at so far, it's definitely highlighting that it's not as simple as pointing the finger at him. There's also a similar thought coming to mind, which is that when they blamed Limp Bizkit at Woodstock 99, Limp Bizkit went out there and did what Limp Bizkit do, right? Like, they played the show you would expect them to play. Now, aggressive music, I think, can be a little misunderstood sometimes, but it's more likely than regular music to bring out negative behavior like you saw at Woodstock. That's absolutely true. But, you know, the organizers of the festival have a responsibility to take the best practices of the time to properly manage and control a crowd. Make sure they're looked after, make sure they have the things that they need. And they didn't do that. And then it becomes easy to point the finger at a band that are gonna do that song. They're gonna sing about, you know, letting it all out and getting rid of that negative energy. And they should have done better. I really wouldn't put any blame on Limp Bizkit at all. And I think, you know, in retrospect, they would go back and probably do that show a little different, right? Had they known exactly what was going on. But they didn't. They went out there to play a show like they were booked to do. And they played the show that Limp Bizkit plays. So, I don't think so. Now, in terms of Travis Scott, does it apply the same way? I'm yet to see, because he is known for going a bit over the top and getting aggressive. He's done some stuff like encouraging a crowd to beat up one person in the crowd. You can't do that. That's not the way to behave as the front person. It's perhaps a mistake that you can make and learn from. But it seems like he's not learned from these mistakes before. He's, you know, not learned that lesson, and so I think it makes it easier to point some of the blame at him. But I'm yet to understand, like, what his role was in this particular show. And I believe that it was that people were telling him to stop the show and something was wrong, and he ignored them. And that is really, you know, I don't think you can get away with that. If Limp Bizkit didn't go all out on that show, I think people would have revolted regardless, says Zjipper. I agree with you. I think they would have. However, I think what happened in their show, like the tearing down of the plywood, might have not actually happened. Because let's say Limp Bizkit went out there and they know they play aggressive music, but they're going to try and play it down a little bit and calm down the crowd and talk differently to them. You get a different kind of outcome, right? But there was just so much wrong with the organization of that festival. It was going to go up in flames like it did in the end. That was another thing I didn't quite understand, right? The end of Woodstock 99 is absolute bedlam. It is looting, it is rioting, it is burning stuff to the ground. And I was less aware of how extensive that was when I was younger. I kind of understood that there were fires and stuff, but this documentary really showed it to you in a way where you understood the devastation. When I was a kid learning about this stuff, right, you didn't have documentaries like this. You just had, like, videos of shows that you downloaded from Napster, and you had, like, articles on websites, and you had set lists and who played, and then articles you could read about what happened during and after, and that was it. Like, that was just the level of access to information we had, whereas nowadays it's like information overload. Woodstock 99 was woke original. Let's cop peace, love and rock and roll, and sell $7 water. I don't know why we're wrapping the term woke into that. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to say. Media got away with ignoring that stuff back then. Which stuff? The gut of Kanzo. Which stuff are you referring to? What is going on with my XP bar? Every now and then it just like... Oh, maybe it's when Cub holds down shift as like the other player who's on. Or maybe both False and Shift have to like... Both False and Cub, if I can get the words out correctly, hold down shift and then my XP bar comes back or something? Is that what's going on? Ryos, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I really need some water here. I was trying that on my server. I was spamming shift to get my friend's attention. Oh, interesting. Could it be the distance they get out of range? There isn't a limit to the range, if I recall correctly. You could communicate using Morse code with that. Yes, you could. You could send out an SOS. You could literally send out an SOS. That is hilarious. Just hilarious. Maybe we do water buckets next. Yeah, let's do water buckets next. Since it popped into my mind, might as well do it. What does this do? It grows ghasts. There's no range limit. What if you're on a server full of hundreds of people? Hopefully it works. If you're on a server full of hundreds of people, hopefully it works. Yeah, it's a good thing we do that now before we put items in the dispenser or dropper. Not reporting on Woodstock. By woke, I mean when we heard of Woodstock 99, we brought the idea of the original and the 60s, but it was pretty poorly organized just to make money. Now I get you. Now I get you. Yeah, you could look back at the 60s and say, like, the peace and love stuff was pretty woke. I can understand that. Yeah, they came with that message, and then they tried to make a lot of money. They cut corners. And they cut way too many corners. And it goes to show, like, that there's this problem in capitalism with, you know, profit motives and incentives allowing companies to cut corners, or at least, you know, cut the quality of their product, you know, increase the money they make from it. And it's similar to what happened at Woodstock, right? Like, you know, there's levers that you pull. You put less money into security, you put less money into supplying people with water and sanitary conditions, and look at what the end result is. I don't think, like, you can blame the crowd. Yes, there's people in the crowd that, you know, do these things that we can say, that's unacceptable, that's not right. But because of crowd psychology and how people behave in crowds, I think it's really on the festival organizers to organize things in a way that reduce that kind of behavior, you know. And all they done really was, well, made it a bad experience and made people very upset and angry is what they did. Doesn't excuse the behavior of the individuals, but, like, I think it's on the people running the show to make sure people there are well looked after, right? Oh, apparently the locator bar does have a limit of a mere 60 million blocks. Pathetic. Come on, Mojang. 60 million, jeez. That's not good enough, is it? Just 60 million. I don't think we're going to have enough glass to finish this. It's just kind of occurred to me that I need to probably go to a desert and do some mega smelting here. You asked something that you couldn't ask and you took care of it. Glad to help. I don't know what the heck I did. Can't see a player from one far lands to the other. Literally unplayable. Literally unplayable. Fun fact, if you're stuck in a crowd, put your arms in front of your chest like you're blocking punches. Stops your airways from being crushed, says Jazz Class Marine. Yes, great tip. Also, same thing for going into the mosh pit, right? Like, the mosh pit can be dangerous. A lot of things in life that are fun, they're like they go a little closer to danger, right? Like, everything is always in relationship with some sort of danger. And then some activities, like maybe extreme sports, or even just getting on your bike. Like, once you get on your bike and you get on the road, you're putting yourself in more danger, technically. Now, the mosh pit is one of those things that is considerably more dangerous, right? But, you know, you can choose to go into those things and you might have fun. Like, I think informing people is important. So, like, rather than say, don't mosh, it's like, why don't we, like, tell you the good and bad about it and inform you on the best practices, and then when you make your own decision, you know, chances are you're going to have a better time. Have you been in mosh pits, X? You do give off an X mosh pits vibe. Hey, I still get in the pit. When I first got into the mosh pits, like, initially I thought, no way I want to do that. Then I was exposed to a little bit of moshing at, like, local gigs. Then we went to our first big concert together, and I just loved the mosh pit. I was like, that was crazy. Then not long after that, I went to Download Festival, and I literally just moshed wherever I went. I went, who's this band? Whoa, I'm in the pit. Anyway, mosh pitting advice. Like, put your arms, you know, make a cross across your chest. Keep your limbs close to your body. Don't flail your legs and your arms out. Some people do hardcore dancing, and there's some of that. Like, I don't do that, so I don't know what to tell you. But, like, a mistake you can make is like throwing your body around and then your arm is dangling and caught between two bodies moving in different directions, and uh-oh, that's a recipe for a bad time, right? So like, arming you with the knowledge is the way it should be done, in my opinion. You should know if you are going to go in there, here's how you keep yourself safe. You know, try and have a good sense of balance. Keep vigilant. Think about, you know, you're in the moment, you're moving around, but you've got to keep yourself upright and be wary that bodies are going to slam into you and you're going to need to react, because you don't want to hit the ground. And if you hit the ground, people should help you up. If ever you see someone hit the ground, you stop moshing and you help them back up. And wear appropriate shoes. Great advice. Yeah, definitely wear, you know, strong boots, preferably with like steel toe caps. I feel like someone will say this, so like, obviously, like, you're not someone who's going to go in there swinging your legs around and kicking people, right? In which case, don't wear steel toe caps. But if you're not that person, they're great for protecting your toes. Look out for glass on the floor. People break bottles. Most of these shows I go to, you don't have glass bottles at all anywhere in the UK. And rarely are you on tarmac either. You're usually on grass. Another good tip would be to bring a snood with you, something to cover your face, like a handkerchief, like one of those big, like, nicely patterned ones that you can wrap around the back of your neck, because sometimes a lot of dust gets kicked up and it will get in your lungs and into your nose and stuff, so covering your face can be good. Yo, Daniel7101, thank you for 81 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate it. Big number indeed. Thank you so much. Most shows are glass free in the US, and that's the way it should be done, right? It's very easy in a crowd, I think, for glass to become a problem. Don't leave your chains 3 rows from the front. Oh, right, yeah, if you're going to wear clothes with chains on, I mean, I never did that, so that's a whole other thing, right? I don't think it sent out the other minecart. Here's the thing. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to the desert, aren't I? There's no way that's gonna be enough. Or maybe it is. But I don't know. Like, how far along did we get with this thing? Let's go and fix it. I never added a little like manual way to do this, but actually I did. You just press that button. What I needed to do was wire that up to somewhere else in here. Don't break anything. Whew. Then we should get the rest of this. Any other moshing advice? Throw it in the chat. Always wear a leather jacket to block out all the spikes and stuff other people wear. I've never found that to be a problem as far as I can remember. But people do wear that stuff, don't they? So, sometimes I'm looking at it like before a show, someone's got crazy spikes on them, and I'm wondering like, oh, what's that? What will that feel like if they slam into you? But I don't ever recall that being a problem for me. Weird. Mosh pits scare you now. Hey, they can be scary. The other thing is, like, if you're big and you're tall like me, they're a lot safer. If you're small, if you don't have a good sense of balance, they'll be a lot more dangerous. Don't bring any drinks on a slippery floor. My advice would actually be to bring bottles of water with you. When I used to go round Download when I was younger, and I'd mosh constantly, I had these 3/4 lengths with this really big, strong belt on it. That belt actually had spikes on it, now that I think about it. And I had these big cargo pockets, which I could load up 4 bottles of water into, and that used to get me through, like, show after show. I could go down to the front and watch, like, 2 or 3 bands in a row. That's how I had my spot at the very front for Slipknot 09. I was just down there for ages, like, with my bottles of water. Get you through the whole show. It was awesome. I was thinking just like yesterday, I was thinking, man, Slipknot 09. That was my Woodstock 99. That was my like greatest gig ever. 10 years later. If I'd have been to Woodstock 99, that would have been the best show I'd ever gone to, no doubt. It's just like the most insane concert. Just go watch Korn play their set. Like, it's not just blind, like the whole set is pretty amazing, but if you watch them open and they play blind and you just watch the crowd reaction, I've never seen crowds that big move that way. It is insane. Another good one actually is Limp Bizkit when they play Thieves, which is a cover of a band called Ministry, which I absolutely love. That is an insane crowd reaction. Like, it's obviously overshadowed by like break stuff and what happened during that and other parts of their set, but like, go watch Ministry. Sorry, go watch Limp Bizkit do the Ministry song Thieves. It's pretty comparable. It's pretty comparable to Korn doing Blind. It's like insane. And they just rock that groove over and over again. And there's this crazy big like reverb where you just hear whatever Fred says like over and over again. But it just adds to the craziness. Like, it was super loud, super wild in there. Crazy stuff. Heyo, just came to catch the last of the stream, says Karen Cake. Thanks for coming by. As you know, I do about 2 hours and then I'm like, I hate being at the computer this long. Which is a sad reality. Sad reality for me. I'm an old man. I need to go move about. Can't be sat at a computer all day playing games. What am I, a kid? Where to send you to? Like, False and Cub aren't streaming. I'll send you over to Impulse. Impulse is playing in his single player world, though. That's going to be it from me today, peeps. I hope you've been entertained. I will be back on Friday. We will be doing something a little different. I've got a different game lined up, so come join me. It's a game we've actually played on stream before, but it'll be really good fun. So Friday will be my next one, probably a bit similar time to this. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Let's get the raid going, and I will see you all later. Take care. Have a great rest of your evening. Goodbye.